The Buffalo Bills lose in a heartbreak in Houston, 20-23. Outcoached again. Welcome to Buffalo Against the World.
This is Buffalo Against the World Sports Talk with Kulu and
Cousin Brad.
Bills Mafia. It's our time.
Act like you know, baby.
Act like you know.
Welcome everyone to another edition of Buffalo Against the World here with Kulu and Cuzzo Brad. Buffalo Bills come up short again, 23-20 as they fall short to the Texans. Game-winning field goal determined that loss for the Buffalo Bills. There's a lot on your mind, Bills Mafia fans, and we're going to give you an opportunity to call into the show today and tell us how you're really feeling, because we're right there with you. But by the end of the show, we hope to give you some hope, as we always do. But before we get into the game, let's talk to go around the league and see what's happening around the NFL. Cuzzo Brad, take us around the league.
Yeah, let's not introduce me. I'm not important. It's cool. All right, let's go around the league. Let's take a journey around the National Football League. A lot happened this week. A lot happened. A lot we're going to talk about. But let's go around the league and take a scroll around week 4 of the NF. No, we on 5? Week 5. All right, so Thursday night was barn burner. Thursday night was a barn burner when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers took on the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons prevailed in the end, beating the Buccaneers in overtime, 36-30. That game was freaking awesome if you didn't watch it. That was probably the best Amazon game I've seen since the NFL went over to Amazon Prime. Game in London, the Minnesota Vikings beat the New Jersey Jets 23-17. Aaron Rodgers came up short again, and he got hurt again. 40-year-old quarterback out there doing the best he can. I don't know what's going on. The game with the two picks in the last year's NFL draft, Chicago Bears took on the Carolina Panthers. Chicago beat them 36-10. Looks like Chicago won that trade. So they took an L. The Commanders beat the crap out of the Browns, beating them 34-13. The Dolphins put off a win against the New England Patriots, beating them 15-10. The Jaguars beat the Colts, beating them 37-34. The Ravens pulled off the overtime defeat. Beating the Cincinnati Bengals 41-38 in overtime. The Broncos beat the Raiders 34-18. The Cardinals pulled off the win over the 49ers 24-23. The New Jersey Giants beat the Seattle Seahawks 29-10. The Green Bay Packers beat the LA Rams 24-19. And last night's late night game because of a weather delay, but the Cowboys got the dub in Pittsburgh 20-17. Tonight's game is between the New Orleans Saints and the Kansas City Chiefs. And of course, we didn't mention the breakup game. The breakup game that everyone was talking about. The Buffalo Bills fell to the Houston Texans 23-20. And we're very, very sad.
Yep. My bad, Cuzzo Brad. I want to also make sure I shout out to Cuzzo Brad, who's in the building with me, always in the building with me. And I also want to give a major shout out to our official energy partner of the Built-in Buffalo platform, the Monsters Energy Drink. So shout out to them as well. That bringing Buffalo against the world. All right, so let's get into this game, because let's start right at the top. Let's start at the top. We're going to start at coaching. Very, 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 very poor game management. Now, this is what Sean McDermott did this offseason. He got Bobby Babbage to be his defensive coordinator, so that he can manage the game. And that he doesn't have to focus on the defensive play calling unless he needed to intercede in the game. So this would free him up to really manage the game, which he failed to do. And we can talk about, everybody was very disappointed about the 3 straight passes at the end of that game. when you're just trying to get in an overtime. You're not going down the field 97 yards in that time in 20 seconds. Let's be honest here. But the reality is Josh was off all game long, and you sat back and let your offensive coordinator call 3 straight passes plays in their red zone, basically. And the results was you punted the ball over. They got him one. Robert Woods had another return that he had again, and you lose the game. And here we go, Cuzzo Brad. Here we go with fans already saying they want McDermott's head. What's your thoughts, man?
Wow. I'm not gonna say I've lost hope in Sean McDermott. I think he has earned the benefit of the doubt. I will say that seat's very, very hot. That is a very, very hot seat right now. You are definitely on the hot seat, bro. If we do not make the playoffs, you are pretty much fired. I'm just gonna keep it honest with you. That seat is hot right now, and we don't make the playoffs, you are out of here. But I mean, even before, obviously, we're going to talk about the 3 pass plays in the end zone, and we're going to talk about bad clock management and stuff like this. One thing I want to talk about before we even get to that point is, I mean, Sean McDermott. The good part about Sean McDermott is his ability to make adjustments, which he does. He does that very well. He makes adjustments at halftime, makes adjustments in the second half, and they seem to work. And similar with this game. This first half, everybody was just awful. Everybody was awful out there. CJ Stroud, and kudos to him. The dude is playing like a veteran. He's playing like a 7-year veteran out there. This kid is in year, 2? He's in year 2? This kid is playing like a veteran. So shout out to him. Shout out to the entire coaching staff at Houston. I mean, they're just doing a phenomenal job with that franchise. But another thing I want to get to is Sean McDermott. The Bills actually hired a guy to look at the reviews and the challenges and stuff like that to see when they should challenge. Why did they challenge the Dalton Kincaid pass to the sideline on 3rd down? Why wasn't that challenged?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, they hired a consultant for this job, purposely for this job. Where was he at? Did he not show it up to Houston? Like, what was going on? But as far as the last drive in the end, I mean, let's just be honest here. I'm just going to be honest. First of all, what was the end game? What was the end game here? What was the end game? Did you honestly think Josh Allen was going to drive you down the entire length of the field and we were going to go maybe 56 yards, maybe set up a 48-yard field goal to win the game? Do you trust Tyler Bass? Because I don't. He didn't miss a kick yesterday. I don't trust him. I mean, what was the end game here? I've never coached at the pro level. I've coached Little League. I played the game of football. You don't pass inside your own goal line. You don't pass. You run, especially when you're down and they have 3 timeouts. You don't do that in high school. You don't do that in college. You don't do that in Little League. You don't do that in Madden. Like, I don't know what Sean McDermott was thinking when it came to that. I don't know what possessed him to say, you know what? Josh is going to do it. He's going to do it. I trust him. Like, Josh Allen can't save you every time.
Right.
He can't save you, bro. He cannot save you. At some point, you have to say, look, I'm the coach. You're the player. We're going to do the right thing and put our team in a position to win. And yesterday, he did not do that. I'm not going to say we would have won in overtime. It's a possibility, but we had a better chance to win. We were in the comeback, and you throw 3 passes coming out of your own end zone. Why? It's not going to happen. It's not going to come out the way you want it. Let's just keep in this into it. Let's just look at the logic, right? So let's just say we call 3 straight run plays. They're left to about maybe, 7 seconds after a punt? So that means they have to make 1 heave to the end zone. Then we go into overtime. They might catch it. They might get a bad call. I don't know. But it's like you, as the head coach, you have to put the team in a better position to win. And he just didn't do that. He did not do that.
I like this from Sandra. She said, everybody eats, but who sets the table? That's right.
I don't know.
Brent Bean is putting getting the guys that you are seeing on the field, which there's been complaints about certain receivers
True.
And again, McDermott is the one who has to put the plan in place for these guys. So it comes back down from the top. It comes from the top and it comes all the way down to what we see on the field. And,
Right.
you know, look, man, coaching, I'm going to give coaching 70% of this game because you had an opportunity, you had the momentum. You had the momentum, you snatched the momentum back on defense.
Yeah.
You had a forced fumble. Ended up getting a field goal out of that.
Right.
Next thing you know, get the ball back in your control again, and you blow it. You blow it by thinking that you're just going to. Okay. It's just, again, it's a coaching blunder, man. Like, how do you sit back and you just don't take over? That's what game management is for. After he threw the second incompletion when going into third down, how come you don't take over the play call and say, "Hey, run the ball, Brady, run the ball right now. Don't you dare call another pass play." If he didn't do that, he's an idiot. This is straight facts. This is straight facts.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the mindset was. And again, it all comes down to what was the end game. Josh Allen is not going to drive this team 98 yards to score a touchdown or even put us in field goal range. The best case scenario was maybe you might get a call, a pass interference, maybe. But I mean, is that going to put you in a position to kick a game-winning field goal with your kicker? I don't know. I don't know what the end game was right there. And, a lot of this game goes on Josh Allen, man. He was 9 for 31. That's not a good day. That's not a good day. He had a touchdown pass to Keon Coleman. That was cool. But, bro, 9 for 31? Not a good night. Josh did not play well. And he might have had a concussion. He might have had a concussion.
It's definitely being investigated. It's definitely something to talk about. Let's take a call real quick. Let's take a call. 716-697. You on Buffalo Against the World with Kulu and Cousin Brad. What's your thoughts on this game? The loss from the Buffalo Bills. What's your thoughts?
What's up, Kulu? It's Lee. How you doing?
What's going on, Lee?
Yeah, I have. I think I have three comments here, real quick. I think things are, to your point, when it comes down to coaching, I give McDermott and his defensive skills and his ability to put people in. I thought they did a fantastic job in the second half. But let's not forget here, they wouldn't be in that predicament. And I understand that a lot of people in the beginning of the season said it was a step back year because, they got rid of all those other guys. And I get it. They're setting themselves up for next year. But in the same hand, are we going to sit there and blame McDermott for Mac Hollis dropping two big plays down the field?
No, hold on, bro. Hold on. Stop right there. I'm gonna let you refute your statement, but stop, Lee, for 1 second. We're not talking about Mac Hollins right now. We're talking about you have a chance to win the game. Right. You have an opportunity to win the game. We're not talking about all those other mistakes that happened before that. You have an opportunity to win the game. The coach did not seize that opportunity. So let's stay right there. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts on that is two things real quick. First and foremost, they don't have a big bull in a running back, and I get it. They needed a first down, and I'm going to side with NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky here. He made a very good point sitting there saying there's three things that could happen in that situation. One, Houston's it takes about 2 to 3 seconds to do a play, okay, if you run it. And they were going to use their timeouts very quickly. So, granted that if they were going to run it, they would have got maybe 2 yards, maybe, and you would still be putting your punter in a bad situation. So, to all fairness, let's give credit to the Houston punter for putting us back there, okay, because they could get a safety as well. And then Orlowski did come out and say, which is a very good point, that if you do put your running backs in the backfield and they do block for you while you throw and try to get the first down, 92% of the time, because Houston was blitzing all game, there's a good chance 92% of the time you're going to get called for holding, and then you're going to be criticizing McDermott again for why are you throwing the ball.
Okay.
So,
all right, Lee. We appreciate the call. I mean,
we gotta cut you off.
We're gonna talk about that. So just take a listen. All right, bro. Appreciate the call, bro.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, I mean, so to his point,
you make a solid point, but I'm still not. I'm not going with that for the fact that, again, you could take a knee. There's a couple different options
you can't take a knee.
You could take a knee. You're on the 3-yard line. There's a couple things you could have done to just take yourself into overtime. We have some strong backs as well. James Cook was playing very well, so I'm not going with that excuse. Let's
just be real. You don't put the ball in the air when they have 3 timeouts. You don't put the ball in the air. Maybe on first down it's acceptable, but on second and third down you don't put the ball in the air. You say, okay, let's try to win it in overtime. And I'm not even going to say we're going to win. I mean, they could have got the ball and drove right down the field and won. That's a possibility. But at the same time, the goal was to get to overtime to possibly win. You're not going to win backed up at the 3-yard line. You're not going to win the game here. You're going to say, okay, hey, we're pinned back here. We have to get to overtime because we're not going to win here. Yeah, you might have got a holding call, but then it's half the distance to the goal. So now you're on the 1-foot line. You can still drive, get some breathing room to at least let them burn their timeouts anyway. So, yeah, you can possibly get a holding call, but you don't put the ball in the air. You don't do that. You never do that. That's not – you don't have timeouts anyway.
And too many times, too many times where players have thought of better decisions than a coach.
Facts.
Players and fans have thought of better decisions than the coach is making, and this is just not good. It's not good at all, man. It's not progression. It's not progression. The Bills, when they have games like this, where they have opportunities to win those games, a lot of times they fall short to a coaching blunder. This is something that has to stop. It really has to stop if we're going to get past the hump. Right now with these young guys, you don't want to lose the locker room. You don't want to lose the locker room by making those type of decisions to where players don't trust you. I got to be careful, man.
And you know what?
Let's take this call.
All right, go ahead.
All right, caller 716-603. You on Buffalo Against the World? What's going on? Turn your podcast down, bro. Turn your podcast down behind you.
We appreciate you watching.
Yeah, I hear you. Yep.
Okay, I didn't really hear the introductory part. I just got on with listening.
Yeah, we were just talking about McDermott being out coached again, and we talked about those. We were talking about the 3 straight passes. That's where we at right now.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily in this particular case, I wouldn't say he got out coached. The only play that I would say he got out coached on at the very end of the game is I thought they played soft coverage once again on the very last play where they got the first down or they got into field goal range, where I felt like, why did you play soft coverage again? If you guys remember that very last play that happened for Houston. I was like, that was one of those plays again that just had me confused. Why did you play soft coverage?
What did they defending the sidelines?
Play and they left the running back pretty much wide open.
But they were protecting the sideline though, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if that was the case, but I know that they needed a first down, and
they protected the sideline so he couldn't run.
Have the first down when they play soft coverage. But I got to go back and look to be sure. But the 3 straight passes, that wasn't a being out coached thing. That was just a bad decision. And then, but the final play on third down was open. Josh Allen just missed the throw horribly.
Right, but
short and behind Curtis Samuel, who's wide open in the middle of the field. And there were 2 people who were shorter that were open as well. But he went for the deeper play, which was open. He just completely missed them. If he makes that completion, we won't even be talking about this. But
I mean, okay. let's say he makes the completion. Are you going to score?
I think it gets you breathing room to punt if you need to punt.
I mean, you
Curtis
get the
Samuel
first.
might have
If
scored
he
that
makes
play.
that, if he makes that catch, you got a first down. But are you going to score from that?
I think he may even score. He may even score on that play. If you guys look at that play over again, it's the third down play. He throws it, Josh Allen in the middle of the field. Curtis Samuel, there's no Texan near him.
Right.
He might go the distance on that play. Josh Allen just missed him.
Yeah,
stretching
I don't know how they explain it, but I do feel like they may have run the ball. But I also heard the opposite perspective that the Texans had 3 timeouts. I think you run the ball, maybe they should have ran the ball or did some shorter plays, so you force them to spend the timeout because now they didn't even have to use a timeout. So the Bills gave them timeouts by running 3 straight pass plays.
basically.
Exactly. That's the point. That's the point we're trying to make.
Their timeout.
Yeah,
That was stupid.
yeah. It was very bad coaching, man. And Carl, you got any more points you want to make so we can respond to that?
The couple more points I want to make is just that I think people are really, really down on the wide receivers, and I just think that's not where the attention needed to go this game.
I agree.
They had our receivers, it looked like, on lockdown. And I feel like Brady didn't have an answer for the blitz during that game with quick routes or whatever. He just didn't have good enough answers during that game to compensate for the pressure that Josh Allen was under. These quick screen, I'm so tired of seeing these quick screen plays to Curtis Samuel that just do not work. I'm just so tired of it. We've seen it for 4 or 5 straight weeks, and it hasn't worked one time. And they're going to do it again next week, which is annoying. Then the other thing I want to say is the receivers this game actually opened. People complain about Hollins. I don't understand why they're complaining about Hollins because Hollins is open. He's open. The ball's behind him. He's got to contort his whole entire body. It's thrown all the way down the field where it's going to be, contested anyway. It's a difficult catch, and there's a high percentage that is going to be incomplete. So in these plays to Coleman, I understand he's a big play guy, who can get up and get the football, but this game, guys were open. And I don't know if Josh Allen's rhythm was off because of the offensive line play or whatever it is, but he had guys open. Kincaid streaking down the sideline. Josh overthrows him like 5 yards. Yeah. Samuel in the middle, underthrows him 5 yards. And behind him, pass to Hollins. Underthrown and behind him again.
Yeah.
Hollins slid all the way to the ground to try to go back and get the ball. This dude is 6'4", 206'4". His catch radius is crazy, and you're throwing it way out of his catch radius.
Yeah. Carl, let us respond. Carl, we're going to respond to that. I'm going to put you on hold and bring you back in, but okay. Let us respond to that real quick. Listen to us on the show, okay? All right. So, all right. Look, man. So, Josh did have an off night.
Yeah, Josh was terrible. Josh, be real.
Josh was.
He was awful.
He was not good, and Carl's absolutely right about that. Like
I'm not blaming the receivers. I'm not blaming the receivers at all.
Passes, you only complete single digits, like 9. Like that's
not a good night. That's not a good night, bro. I'm not blaming the receivers on this one. The one, Matt Collins was wide open. He overthrew him by like 4 yards. And the other one, I mean, he missed Curtis Samuel in the end zone. But again, if Curtis Samuel catches that, maybe you get a hurry-up offense. Maybe you can spike it. But that's not helping us right now. That's not helping us. That maybe a punter a little bit more breathing room. But still, throwing the ball out of the end zone that's not smart football. At least get yourself some breathing room. Force them to get rid of their timeouts. And blaming the receivers is asinine. That's stupid. You don't blame the receivers. They were doing their job. Josh Allen was off. He was off. 9 for 31. That's not a good night. Not a good night.
It wasn't good for him. Also, the other thing I want to say is that Dan Orlovsky mentioned that you keep the ball in your best player's hand. and this is the
Facts.
excuse for the 3 straight passes. Okay, I can agree with keeping the ball in Josh's hands, but how about he runs the ball? How come he does a how do he does a quarterback
Yeah,
sneak up
tush
the
push.
middle?
Right.
How does a tush push, whatever it is that can get us a few yards and get some time off that clock so we can go into overtime. Like I
Right.
just I don't see what they were trying to do there, and you're not gonna
And I
we
mean, yeah, you want to put the ball in your best player's hands, but I'm pretty comfortable putting the ball in James Cook's hands. I'm pretty comfortable with that. Like, yeah, I'll let him run a couple times. I'll do a tush push. I'll give a draw play. I'll give the ball to him to knock their timeouts down. Like that. Okay, maybe D'Amico Ryans didn't out coach Sean McDermott, but Sean McDermott didn't show up where he's supposed to, and that's terrible. Like, come on, bro.
it's an absolute fact. Like you gotta play better. Let's take one more call, and
Yeah.
then we're gonna go to our next segment. 716-698. You're on Buffalo Against the World with Kulu and Cousin Brad. What's going on? What's your thoughts on the 3
What's
straight
up, my
passes?
brothers? What's up, my brothers?
What's going on, Jay Reezy? Talk to us.
Nothing much. It was 2 topics at hand that I wanted to address. The first thing being that 20 seconds in the end of the game, you had opportunities where you could have killed as much clock as you could, and you did not execute that at all, which leads me to my point about McDermott. How many games have we seen Sean McDermott with terrible game management?
A lot.
And the other topic is, why would we have allowed Josh Allen to continuously play in that game when he was concussed?
Yeah, thanks, Jay Reezy. We appreciate that. A lot of
that up. I'm glad he talked about that.
that is the rumor out there right now that has not been confirmed. I must say that allegedly.
I hope it doesn't come out. I hope it doesn't come out.
But if the Bills are not protecting their quarterback, their superstar quarterback,
Everybody gets fired.
That's horrible. That's horrible, and
Yeah.
everybody gets fined. And it is
Yeah.
being investigated right now as we speak. If he was concussed or not. And they're also saying he was concussed in the Baltimore game.
Ooh,
Again,
bro,
I guess he's a warrior. We get
I
all
get it.
but this is your health here. This is your life after this game. Okay?
Bro, he was a concussion. Dude, he was down for like a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, he was knocked out cold once he hit the ground. Like this was no, oh, it was my chest. No, you're out, bro. You're motionless on the turf. Ain't your chest. Maybe you thought it was your chest, but you were out, bro. You were out. And I get it. I respect your grit. I respect your toughness. I respect you don't want to let your team down. Bro, get healthy. We can't use you if you seeing double receivers. Maybe that's why you went 9 for 31. I don't know. I'm not trying to throw shade, but bro, concussion isn't concussion, bro. You're better healthy than you are hurt. We need you healthy, bro. Just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of them things where you have to in these situations you got to put you first. And we talked about the same situation with Tua. And a lot of us were saying, man, retire, man. Just retire, man. Your life is not worth it. It's not worth losing over the game, And so even for Josh, man, take this game out. Take this game off, man.
I would be happier. I would be happier with knowing that you're healthy rather than you're playing hurt. I appreciate the grit. But we have backups for a reason. If you can't go, you can't go. Like you're hurting the team. Like you're hurting the team playing with a concussion.
That's a good point. Stephon Diggs has more receiving yards than 4 people that Buffalo signed to replace him.
Ouch.
I don't think they had the thought that he was getting replaced particularly. I think they knew that one player couldn't replace Stephon Diggs. I think they knew.
Come on, man. Come on, Brandon Beane. I know what you're doing. I watch Moneyball too. I know what you're doing. I don't know if Brandon Beane, or Billy Beane is your relative, but I know what you're doing. You don't have Stephon Diggs. You say to yourself, and you probably said it to everybody in the room, is Stephon Diggs somebody we want to keep on this team? No. And if we can we afford him? No. So you get rid of him and you try to replace the amount of catches that he had with other people by getting cheaper players. You're playing Moneyball. Anyone who's seen Moneyball knows exactly what I'm talking about. Billy Beane did the same thing with the Oakland A's, and they won the 20 games. But newsflash, they didn't win the World Series. Just throwing it out there. So I get what you're trying to do, but come on, let's be real. It's not working right now.
Yeah. All right, right now we're going to go into our next segment, the Hater of the Week.
If there's any haters in here right now that don't have nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me.
Keep the hate coming. Buffalo Against the World show.
Turn me on some more so my haters can hear.
All right, Cousin Brad, you're going to do the announcement. This week's Buffalo Against the World Hater of the Week goes to...
Drum roll, please. Brr, Stephon Diggs. Look at that face. Look at that face. Bro, you won. You won. Why you looking like that? Why you looking like that, bro? Why you looking like that? Like, yo, he just came up to you, said, good game, stay healthy. He probably ain't even on air. And look at that face. That's deeply rooted hate right there. Like, yo, I posted this morning. It's like when you see your ex in the club, even though you got your new bae with you, you know what I mean? They still miss you low-key. Like, he went up to him and was like, so who is Keon Coleman? Who is Matt Collins? Word. That's what that look is right there. That's that look. That is straight hate right there. Steph, you won 4 catches, 80-something yards. You didn't score, which would have been that would have been tragic. But hey, you won the game. What's that look for? That is straight hate. So for that, Stephon Diggs, oh, boy, bro. That's a hater. That's nothing but hate right there. He came and hugged you, bro. He came and hugged you. Who is Keon Coleman?
This picture going viral. Like,
for real. No.
Go
hug Keon. Go hug him. Go hug Matt Collins. Whatever. That's what I want anyway. Like, come on, bro. Come on, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. We got to be better than that. But, at the end of the day, he basically saying, told y'all. Like Bobby said. What did people say? Told y'all. You
didn't think I was going to hit you, did you? Like, bro, you won the game. We know it was personal. We know it was the breakup game. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to be real. I'm going to keep it a buck. Where was that energy for Deion Dawkins when he came and slapped you up? Where was that energy? I ain't see that. Funny how we don't have a picture of that.
Josh takes the high road, and I think that's a smart thing to do. Like, let you play talk. And he didn't let us play talk, so,
Yeah.
What more can you say? Steph making that look, but again, Bills fans, this is not the end of the season, okay? It was a horrendous loss. It was a tough loss. It was something that was quite embarrassing, especially from the coaching staff perspective. But it's not the end. It's the season. And I want to tell all our fans out there to keep this in mind. The season is preparation for the playoffs. You have to win a certain amount of games, obviously, especially you can't keep dropping these AFC games, conference games, if you want to stay in it. But The reality is it ain't the end of the season, and hopefully the Buffalo Bills learn from the mistakes that they're making right now because,
That's facts.
But my concern only is really so much so that some of the same mistakes that we've seen before.
Right. And my concern is just give us an explanation. Just give I don't want to hear, we went out there, did we have to do that? That's on me. No, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear your thought process. I want to hear why you did what you did. Because if you can explain to me why you threw 3 straight passes and break down your thought process and what the goal was, I'll be like, okay, that's fair. I get that. This I don't get. And I don't want to hear, we just made a call. We want Josh to do it, and it's on me. No, I don't want to hear that. I don't want that. That's not an excuse. That's like if I ask my son why he didn't do his homework, he'd be like, that's on me. No, I want to know why you didn't do your homework. Like, what was going on here? Like, I'm sick of that. Just being real.
Exactly. And that'll lead us to our Winner 6 segment.
It's us against the world. It's us against us. Buffalo against the world. It's us against us.
All right, Cuzzo Brad. Now, you just touched on exactly what this week's winner sin is this week. Sean McDermott made the quote. He said, "We gotta get better." Now, some would say, this is how we relate this to win or sin. Some would say that that's taking accountability. That's a win if he's taking accountability. Okay.
Fact.
If he's saying we got to get better, it also could be an excuse in the same old excuse, and that would be a sin. So in this week's Bills Buffalo against the World win or sin segment, which one is it? Is it the same old excuse, which is a sin, or is he taking accountability as he should, which is a win for this team? What's your thoughts?
Okay, well, to be fair, I never said Sean McDermott was a bad person. He's honorable. He's honorable. He'll hold himself accountable. I'll give him that. You will hold yourself accountable. You will put the blame on you. You are a very honorable coach for that, and I respect that. But at the same time, we want to know why you do what you do. We don't want to know. We don't want to know who to blame. We don't want you to tell us, "Hey, look, it's on me. We got to get better. That's on me." We know that already. We want to know why you did what you did. We want an explanation onto why. We know that it's on you. We know that already. Don't tell us something we already know. We want to know the thought process and to say, "Hey, we're backed in our own end zone. Hey, Joe, let's call a pass play here." And is it like any given Sunday? Like, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. I didn't call that play. We're like, yeah, we missed the incomplete pass. Let's call another pass play here. Let's call another one. Like, Sean, I don't think we should do that. I think pass play. Call it. And then third down, like, Sean, I suggest we need to run the ball. No. Josh is going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Pass play. No, I want to know the thought process. That's what I want to know. So it's definitely a sin.
Definitely a sin. I 100% agree with you. Joey Hatch also agrees with us. He said it's a sin. I think, and I want to get Carl's opinion on this. I'm going to bring Carl back in just a second. I think it's an absolute sin because it's not showing trust in your entire team. It's showing trust in one player, which is your best player, which I get. Okay. But again, even if you just want to get him to run, so be it. But you didn't even do that. So, I can't. I got to look at this and say it's a sin. It's no way. Yes, he's taking accountability because he has to, because his hands are tied to take accountability. But it's ultimately a sin. It's ultimately a sin. So I don't see the accountability as enough. I see change behavior as the better the better solution. I should have called. When I said what would have been a better thing to say is I should have called a run play at that time, and I made the wrong decision 3 consecutive times. No excuse for that. That's on me.
Yeah, and just tell us why you did it.
Yeah.
Why did you call 3 pass plays? Why?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Why wasn't this team prepared to play against the run against the Ravens? Why? What the thought process was? Let us know that.
Exactly. All right, let's hear Carl's thoughts if he's still on the line with us. Carl, if you're still on the line with us, tell us your thoughts. Is it a win or a sin? Is it a win or a sin, bro?
Oh, man, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say because it's like if it's complete, then it's not a sin. You know what I mean? But we're looking at it in hindsight because none of them were completions. Now we're saying like, okay, yeah, he should have called. It's only because it didn't work.
No,
I'm talking about percentage play, bro. What's a higher percentage play that you get into overtime?
Oh man,
I really don't know what I think. This is another thing people aren't really considering. I think Josh went out there and Josh made the decision himself. To be honest with you, I think he went out there.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
This look, run the ball. And if they give us this look, pass the ball. And I think Josh looked at it and was like, oh, I'm about to pass. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really think really happened.
You think he audibled out the play? You think he audibled out the play?
I think he was looking for a look, and he did it, and he got the look that he thought that he could pass the ball. And it's so obvious on the first down play. He just threw.
I really hope that's not the case.
That was just like, what is it doing for? So then I forgot the second down play. I know the third down play. The third down play is wide open. And I think he knew it was going to be wide open. He made the right decision to throw the ball to the right person. He just didn't get it there. So it's kind of hard for me to say. Kind of hard for me to say.
Can I respond to that?
Throw his quarterback under the bus and say, "Oh, that was Josh's dumb throw. Josh's dumb decision to audible and go for the pass." He's not going to say that.
So with this statement, with the statement of Sean McDermott saying we got to get better, is it a win or a sin that he's saying that? Is he taking accountability as a win, or is it a sin that it's the same old excuse?
It's hard. It's the same. It's happened too many times to say it's not. It's happened too many times where he did not manage the clock right. It's happened too many times. And I thought they took a timeout early in the fourth quarter that they shouldn't have taken out too. I don't know. I genuinely think he tries to get better every week. I do believe that. I believe he goes.
I believe that too.
So, and he evaluates the coaching process. I think he really does do that, but it doesn't matter because you keep coming up short.
Yeah. All right, Carl. Appreciate that, bro.
Can I respond to what he said?
Yeah, go ahead. Shout out to Angel Nance, my homegirl from Mac High. Shout out to Angel.
Appreciate I used to work with her too. Shout out to you, Angel.
Yes,
anyway, first of all, so I'm just gonna attest to this. He said it didn't work. It's easy to go in hindsight. Yeah, I mean, we could say it in hindsight, but we could when they punted the ball and they go to commercial break, I'm like, okay, we're gonna run 3 plays and go to overtime. That I said that when the commercial break happened. My dad watches the show. He'll tell it. You can type it in the chat. My brother, who just commented right there, he can type it in the chat. I said we run 3 plays and we go to overtime. Run the ball. We don't throw it. Like it's easy to say in hindsight. Yeah, if Curtis Samuels does catch the ball, it's a possibility he goes the distance. It's a possibility, but I'm not banking on that. I'm banking for my team to get to overtime and possibly win the game. I'm not betting on something that possibly can happen on that play. Yeah, it might work. It might not. But yeah, the first play was a throw to the left side to I believe it was Mac Hollins. It was an incomplete pass. Second play was a pass to I think it was a tight end, and he missed him again. Third pass was open. He missed him. But at some point, it's clock management. It's not about, he catches the ball. He's going for 6. It's clock management. You got to get your team, put them into the position to win. Not saying, hey, man, we don't risk it. We don't get no biscuit. No. I want to put trust in my team, put my team in the position to win. And I say, yo, man, let's try to get a 99 yards. Let's try to make a highlight. No. We want to win the game. Forget all that.
That was definitely wild, man. Let me get another call in here. 716. The phone line's been blowing up, man. I'm trying to get some people in. I know we ain't taking many calls last few weeks. So 716-940. You on Buffalo Against the World with Kulu and Cuzzo Brad. What's going on?
Kulu, cousin Brad.
What's going on? My man Joey.
Yo. Yes, sir.
Let's go. 12th Man Mafia in the BI. What's going on, brother?
Hey, I just got to drop a few things, and I'm going to get out of here and let you guys say whatever you want to say about it afterwards. But I don't like to jump right on Sean McDermott, the coach. He's a good coach, except for in situations at the end of games where we need to make it count. For some reason, this leads back to the 13 seconds. And at the end of the game, even Joe Brady said, Sean McDermott's the one that calls the plays.
Oh, really? Really?
Second thing. How come our receiver takes a ball to the back of the helmet because he don't know what route he's running?
I forgot about that.
And that is on the coaching. And during the week, that is the coach's job.
Oh, my gosh. I forgot about that.
Coleman, you redeemed yourself by catching that ball and running it for a touchdown. Kudos, my man.
Yep.
The ball. Everybody's on Josh. Okay, Josh had a down game. Look at the number of passes that were thrown, and look how many were dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's talking about Matt Collins. Matt Collins dropped 6 balls. So at this point, you know better than Davis. MVS, you are too expensive to be out there as a decoy.
Facts. Woo!
And what did we bring Curtis Samuel in for?
I don't know.
To run screens?
To wear number 1?
I don't
get that's coaching.
Where they're going with this.
This is what I mean. That's coaching. Like think about
Cook. James Cook averages 5.8 yards a carry. Now, 5 yards from the end zone would have put them out of field goal range. Okay?
Yep.
So you got 3 downs technically to get 10 yards. If the receivers were what they said they were, this would have been no problem throwing the ball. But without Shakir, everybody eats don't work because he's the best we got.
Yep. And we've been saying that for a while, Joey. Joey, we going to respond to that, bro. We appreciate you as always.
Yes, sir.
Yes, man.
I am so mad because I did forget about that play. Where they went straight Little Giants and hit Hot Hands Hayden in the head. He ran the wrong route. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, that happened as well. That's a football folly right there. That's going to be on the not top 10 at the end of the week. But no, he hit the nail on the head. James Cook had 82 yards and a touchdown off 20 carries. He was averaging 5.8 yards per carry. The run game, which we got away from, was working. The run game was working.
And that's the same thing happened last week. Same thing happened.
The run game was working. Again, it's I want to know the thought process. The run game was working. Obviously, 9 for 31. That's not working. I don't understand. Yeah, you got to throw a little bit. James Cook had 20 carries for 82 yards. The running game, every play is not going to be a break play. I get that. But at the same time, it's working. Stick to what works. They couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
So again, that's coaching and personnel.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not blaming the receivers. I'm not going to blame the receivers. I'm not going to blame the receivers at all. Yeah, drops happen, incomplete passes happen. 9 for 31 should not happen in the NFL at this level. You should not throw 31 times and complete 9 passes. That should not happen. That should not happen.
Here's what I want to say. We have tried this experiment. And then Carl has something he wanted to say too. So we have tried this experiment from Isaiah McKenzie with the screen guy and the gadget play guy to last year, Deontay Hardy. Didn't work. Yeah. And here we doing the same thing again with just another player, another big signing that we quote unquote call a big signing or supposed replacement for Stephon Diggs. It hasn't worked. Out of the last 3 gadget guys that you got, it's not working. Curtis Samuel is a slot receiver, and that's what you need to use him as. And he's a deep threat if you use him right. But again, this is what we got to talk about. Are they using their weapons the way they should be using? This is what Carl wants to talk about. Carl, go ahead. Tell us your thoughts about this situation with Brady, then we got to move on.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay. I agree with you, Brad. You're right. Cook is a weapon. He actually only averaged 4 yards a carry, not 5. But okay, that's fine. I mean, I would be happy with stopping somebody 20 carries for 80 yards, but that's just me. But the thing is, I do think they need to feature Cook more out the passing game. Why can't we get him the ball like they used to get Eckler the ball? Why can't they use him like they would get other guys in the what's the dude Sproles the ball? We got to use Cook more as a weapon. I think we got to use him more as a weapon. Dawson Knox is absent. Where is this dude?
Oh, for real.
For $14 million a year. Like, what happened to this dude? He didn't die. So, like, throw him the ball. Because I like Dawson Knox. So I want to see him get the ball more. I want to see. I'm tired of this bubble screen crap. Enough of the bubble screen to Samuel. It doesn't work. All right. And the one time it looked like it was going to work, Josh pump faked it and, like, got sacked. Let's get some drags across the middle with Samuel. Let's I don't know. Use him like you used Emmanuel Sanders. That offense with Emmanuel Sanders was humming.
But Emmanuel Sanders was your number 2 receiver. He wasn't a slot.
Yeah, but you already had
was the number 2.
You still had Cole Beasley that year,
Not that year,
and you had Emmanuel Sanders. So you had these. So this Kincaid, I don't know why they thought Kincaid is not putting up numbers better than Dawson Knox. He hasn't put them numbers up. I guess last year they threw it to him in a couple more volume, but I just want to see both. I feel like put Kincaid and Knox on the field at the same time, and let linebackers guard both of them and cook out the backfield. I agree.
I agree.
I thought that's what we were doing. I thought we was going to 2 tight end set. I thought that's what
I agree.
Brady's purpose. We've been saying that for the last 3 years, even when Dorsey was here.
Yeah,
it hasn't happened.
But
I agree.
Bringing Alec Anderson, an extra blocker, in as a tight end, that is stupid to me. I just don't. It's so obvious that you're going to run the ball. Mm-hmm. Where is any type of then the motion? What happened? They were doing all of this motion the first couple games, and it just stopped. It's almost like they wanted to lose these games. Almost.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't go that far. Maybe
this thing looks like what happened to what was working.
Yeah,
I know you didn't have to, but Samuel actually has had better history than Shakir. Use him.
Yeah. All right, Carl, we got to move on, man. Appreciate that, bro. Let's go to our top 5 segment.
This is the BA Dubs top 5 segment. Buffalo, get ready. Getting hot. You got him? Well, let's get him. Get him. Get him. Get him.
All right, Cuzzo Brad, you're gonna set this one off. Top 5 impact plays of the game.
Stretching it here.
I know. Top 5 plays of the game. Fans had a lot of emotions, a lot of things they want to say, a lot of concerns, man. We got to let them have it. That's what this is, Buffalo against the world. Top 5 plays of the game. Give me number 5.
Number 5, I would have to say, is the interception by Tyrell Bernard. I think that was the 5th best play of the game as far as both teams go, so I would go with that as number 5.
Yeah. I'm going to go with we Bills only got one more because they lost the game. So I'm going to go with Keon Coleman's touchdown. I believe that was the biggest play of the game for the Buffalo Bills. Big play for him, for his confidence to get a touchdown in that game against a guy who people have been comparing him to since he came into the league. So I think that was big for him. It made up for that for that blunder that we talked about earlier. So and the drop that he had as well. So yeah, I got to give that number 4.
Okay. I think 3 would be, and I want to give this kid a lot of credit because he is really playing like a veteran out there. CJ Stroud's play on the Texans' final drive where he rolls out. He had the opportunity to run, but he checks it down to his running back to get in the field position, calls a timeout immediately. That was a veteran play by a young quarterback. I mean, they say Ohio State can't draft quarterbacks from Ohio State. There's you go right there. CJ Stroud is definitely one of those guys. So that's number 3.
All right. And that was the play deep throw.
The final
throw. Okay. I'm going to give the deep throw to Collins. I think the deep throw to Collins was a beautiful pass. It was
absolutely
right on point. I mean, this kid's got a rocket for an arm, man. He's really showing what he's made of. So got to give credit where credit is due. Yeah, definitely good.
Yeah, that was bad. All right, and number 1 has got to be that game-winning field goal. I mean, hey, we got to call a spade a spade. This was a 56-yarder? 56-yarder indoor on turf. I mean, from the logo, man, from that big H. 59?
59.
Yeah, from the logo, indoors on turf. Not an easy kick to make, and I honestly thought he missed it at first, but it turned back. He made that kick, so I got to go with the game-winning field goal. 59 yards is not a chip shot, but I mean, hey, got to give credit where credit is due. Their kicker, whatever his name is, shout out to you, my guy. And before shout out to the Houston Texans and the color rush jerseys. Say what you want, I get it. It was the breakup game. Those uniforms are absolute fire. Those were heat. Those were Heat jerseys. Those are fire jerseys. So shout out to Houston personnel or whoever's handling that. Those jerseys are an absolute win. Like, oh man,
Absolutely.
those are cool.
Yeah, those are some real nice jerseys. Definitely.
Hint, hint. 90s throwbacks.
59.
Did you see Denver's 90s throwbacks? Those are pretty cool out there.
I'm waiting for Buffalo to do something, but it doesn't look like they're going to do it because it would have been announced by now. So
yeah,
it looks like it's a wrap for believing that that's going to happen. All right, we're going to move on to our Bills Mafia trivia, the best Bills Mafia trivia in the world. Buffalo against the world trivia.
The party starts in 3, 2, 1.
All right, everybody. As y'all know, our rules. Don't you Google. This is based off your football, Buffalo Bill knowledge. Here we go. All right. Who was the only Bills professional player to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame that never played in the NFL?
Woo, put your thinking caps on.
This is something to really think about.
Your thinking caps on.
Some people are like, how is that possible? How could you be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame and you never played in the NFL? All right, y'all need to think about the history of the NFL before you answer. Drop those answers down in the chat. Here's a good one.
Really think about it.
Song Kulu says.
I mean,
Ralph Wilson.
Technically, that's correct. Technically, that is correct. I mean, he never played. Technically, I mean, he is in the Hall of Fame.
Marv Levy. Okay.
Oh, technically, that's correct too.
I really should have said. I really should have said no coaches or no owners. But no, I was specific. I said professional player. It says professional player. What? Bill's professional player.
Yeah.
Well, he's a player, guys. He is a player.
Okay. Yeah, he's
not
player.
a coach.
Yeah, not a coach or owner, but both of those answers are right. And if we see, if I mean, for real, come on, man. We're not going to see Bill Polian. Don't say Bill Polian because we just said professional player.
All right, Kulu, Song Kulu. I only put your name up here because you got my name. Song Kulu. All right, Jack Kemp. That's a good guess, but he's not in the Hall of Fame.
And he did play in the NFL.
Not in the Hall of Fame. He's not. He probably should be, but he's not. Jack Kemp won 2 AFL championships, right?
Yeah, he did.
He's not in the Hall of Fame. Jack Kemp is not in the Hall of Fame, bro. He's on the Wall of Fame. He's not in the Hall.
That's sad.
That's interesting. Yep, but not Jack Kemp. It's not Jack Kemp. All right, we want some more answers. Drop them down below, and I'm gonna give you guys the answer. That's actually pretty deep. Why there's something to really talk about. Like, why is Jack Kemp not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
I mean, we got more Hall of Famers than I think any other team. Right?
The question, Wayne, here's the question right here, Wayne. Who is the only Bills professional player to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame that never played in the NFL? That's the question.
It was a player, not Bill Polian, not Marv Levy, and not Ralph Wilson.
I see our answer. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, man, Mafia does it again. Billy Shaw. William Lewis Billy Shaw was the Buffalo Bill offensive guard. He played in 1961 to 1965 in the AFL and retired in the year of 1969, season prior to the AFL and NFL merger in 1970. He was a Pro Bowl in all the All-Star games. He is an all-time and AFL team player and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame class in 1999.
And unfortunately, we did lose him. We did lose him this weekend. He did pass away. He did pass away this weekend, and thoughts and prayers to his family and friends. Rest in peace to the Bills Wall of Famer and Hall of Famer, Billy Shaw. I'm definitely saddened by that. Rest in peace.
Definitely, man. Thoughts and prayers to the family, and this is exactly why we wanted to highlight his great career. Never played in the NFL, but was a 2-time AFL champion.
Shout out to
Closest
him,
thing
man.
that we've got to a Super Bowl, right there. Cousin Brad, I want to address this before we move on.
Yeah.
A lot of people are talking about Devontae Adams. I'm not in that. I'm not in that bidding. I'm not in that bidding right now. And yes, I'm not impressed with the receivers. But I just feel like if you told yourself you're doing a reset, you want to see these young guys, maybe go sign another young guy. There's some free agents out there that you can get that can probably compete. I don't think going to get Devontae Adams, which you're probably going to have to trade about 2 or 3 guys and some picks, some high picks to get him. And he's up there in age. I don't see it. I don't think it is worth it.
I would say yes, bring him in. Because he can't hurt you. He can't hurt you. It may hurt you maybe in the long run, depending on what you trade for him, but he doesn't want to play for Las Vegas. He didn't want to be there. He's not on the active. I mean, he's not playing right now. They sat him again. He is healthy, and he don't want to play there. So I would say, why not? Why not bring him in? Let's spice things up a bit. Give Josh another target. Why not?
You're always referring to Amari Cooper over in Cleveland. I would definitely take Amari Cooper. I mean, why not? I mean, he doesn't even really want $1 million. I would take him.
So what's the difference between Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper? Why would you take Cooper instead of Adams?
Contract. But you got to pay him. And again, that matters. I mean, somebody like Cooper, who's been a very good receiver in the league for a pretty good long time. I mean, why not? Why not? At least he can, at very least, he can give your guys some competition. At very least, that's what I say.
I don't know.
You can get him for dirt cheap. Why not?
I mean, yeah, you can get him for a bargain, absolutely. But I mean, I'm not against bringing either one of them in. I'm not against bringing either one of them in at all.
I think you get a Devontae Adams, you run into some of the same issues you had with Stephon Diggs. You're going to be forcing the ball to him. He's that good.
He's that good, but he helps your offense. He definitely helps your offense. So does bringing Amari Cooper. Both of them help your offense, and I mean it helps. It would help. It definitely would help. But I mean, yeah, you have camaraderie in the locker room, but bringing this guy in won't hurt you. I don't think it would hurt you at all. And it definitely creates matchup nightmares because when Khalil Shakir comes back, you would have to worry about Adams and Shakir, and don't forget about Coleman and other guys, Kincaid and Dawson Knox. I don't see why either of them would be a problem. I wouldn't mind bringing either one of them in. Honestly, It depends. I mean, we got to beat the Chiefs.
I would take Cooper. Carl wants to jump in on this talk. Carl, what's your thoughts, bro?
Devontae Adams. The problem I have with it is that it reminds me of this Von Miller dude, where we get Devontae Adams in here, and for the first time he blows out. Miller blew out his knee twice, but he gets here and he blows out his knee. Now we got him under contract for 2 or 3 more years. Like, I'm not with the Devontae Adams. I just think there's too many downsides. We can't even afford it anyway. And we can't afford to pay him $30 million next year on top of it. I just don't like that move. Amari Cooper, I like that move because he's cheap. As of now, it's a 1-year rental. But he does lead the league in drops right now. But I think he still comes in and is a big productive player for the Bills. I like that move. I like Deontay Johnson also from Carolina. He's under contract for just 1 more year. So he's an option, and he's young. He's fast. He gets open. I would like to add him to the wide receiver room, one of those two. Adams is a good player right now. I just don't see trading away future assets and paying him boatloads of money. I'm just not with the Adams trade right now.
All right. I appreciate that, bro. I mean, I know everybody wants to get better. Everybody wants to get better at wide receiver, but you got to do it with guys you can afford. It ain't always going to be the big splash players. It's got some guys that may be past their time. Look at Joe Flacco. He's done it two seasons in a row. Like, this dude is way past his great days of playing in the NFL. Probably shouldn't even be playing.
But he just won a game. What are you talking about? He played great this week.
No, I didn't say he didn't play great. I said it's like Joe Flacco. It's like Joe Flacco. So These some guys who trying to resurrect their careers, so to speak.
Yeah.
Cooper may be a guy. He's playing for the Browns right now, who are horrible. So this guy
man.
can come to Buffalo and really bring that veteran experience of the player that I'm not going to say the player he once was, but he can bring some flashes every now and then, which can be helpful, as Emmanuel Sanders did a few years when he was here in Buffalo.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not against bringing anybody in. I do like his point about bringing in Johnson or Cooper and Adams. And yeah, Adams is kind of on his last leg. And honestly, I think Adams wants to play with Aaron Rodgers again. That's when he had his best years. That's when he was definitely the best wide receiver in the league. But I don't know. It's easy to say stuff like this after 2 straight losses. It's easy to say it because when we were winning, we weren't even thinking about bringing anybody in. So I mean, let's take that into consideration as well, because the first couple of weeks, everything was great. We're riding high. Josh Allen's MVP candidate. We're blowing teams out. We're beating the crap out of teams. 2 losses in a row. I want to bring somebody in. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's the move yet.
Yeah. All right, if you don't know, Cousin Brad and me and myself, we're here every single Monday. Cuzzo, before we get out of here, we got to talk about Monday Night Football coming up, how to get a dub, which we probably will be doing. More than likely, we'll be doing the post-game show.
The game's at 8. The game's at 8:15.
Yeah, we're going to be here. We'll have a late night. We'll confirm that. We'll confirm it before we go. We'll confirm it, but it's a possibility you may see us for the post-game show. How to get a dub, cuz?
Man, that team is banged up, and Aaron Rodgers is bad. Get pressure on Aaron Rodgers, force him to throw the ball 51 times again. Pray that they don't say, okay, we should give Breece Hall the ball and let him run all over us. And don't beat ourselves. Like, don't beat ourselves. Don't beat yourself. Like, just play smart. Like that's the best thing I can say. Play smart. Play smart football. This team isn't that good. They have a lot of talent. They got an old quarterback, great running back, great receiver, great corners, great defensive line. Don't beat yourself. We can beat this team. This is for the division, the lead of the division right now. Don't beat yourself. We can beat this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think again, you have to run the ball well in this game. You're going to have to, because again, we don't know if Shakir's coming back just yet this week. We don't know if we're bringing a guy in, and if you do bring a guy in, it's going to take a while for him to understand the playbook. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to use that run game. Get rid of that screen game. Get rid of that. That's done. That's finished. Finito. Out of here. Kick rocks. We're done with that. Receivers got to step up. Tight ends. 2 veteran tight ends have to step their game up. Period. And I'm saying Kincaid is a veteran because this guy had a great season last year. And here we are in your sophomore season. You haven't shown any flashes of what you got to dig in and have some heart right at this point, Kincaid. Dalton and Kincaid, you have to dig in and say, I need to be the best receiver on this roster, especially when Shakir's not out there, who's been our leading receiver.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we need to see some heart from them tight ends, man. These guys need to stop playing like they're shadows in the background. They need to come to the forefront. These guys need to show who they really are, and somebody needs to show some heart besides Khalil Shakir, because that's all I see. I see Cook, Shakir, Allen. That's it. In the offensive line, got to get the offensive line some respect too. They have had a solid showing. They struggled a little bit yesterday, but I think sometimes that had to do with how long Josh was holding the ball. So, again, got to protect the quarterback. This is a good defensive line. Got to protect. Got to run the ball well. And receivers, tight ends, got to step their game up.
And before we even go, make sure Josh is ready to go. I get it. He went through concussion protocol, quote unquote. They're investigating. If he's not ready to go, put in Mr. Trubisky. We can beat them. We can beat them with Mr. Trubisky. I'm fully confident in that. Yeah, we might not score a lot of points, but I think this team is good enough to beat them. If Josh can't go, don't put him out there. Do not put him out there. Sit him if he can't go. I mean, I'd rather have him healthy than halfway Josh out.
I don't see see if this was the case, which I don't, I don't want to speculate because it's alleged.
Alleged, yeah,
He had
allegedly.
a concussion, but I think ultimately he plays. Ultimately, he's going to play, and whether they investigate and see some sort of concussion symptoms that he may have experienced that the Bills ignored, that's going to be
Right.
a fine they're going to have to deal with, and possibly
Absolutely.
some suspension or something that may happen. So I think
Right.
that's it. Cuzzo, let's do some quick takes before we get out of here.
All right.
Name a Bills legend that could have helped us in this game. Let's go. You go. Start it off.
Lee Evans. He had his career game against the Texans, so absolutely, Lee Evans number one.
I think we always lead back to Eric Modes.
I'm not knocking it. Absolutely.
I'm going Modes. Go ahead.
Terrell Owens. I mean, come on, man. Who wouldn't want to have T.O. out there?
I'm not going 90s because 90s is just too overpowering.
That's slaughter.
I'm not going. I'm not bringing in Jimbo, Thurman, or Bruce. I'm not bringing in none of those dudes. You can forget that. Let's talk about like those drought year players that you could have brought
Okay.
in.
I got you.
Who defensively could I used? Him? No, he played in that time. Antoine Winfield. Give me Antoine Winfield.
Ooh, that would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. Absolutely. His son is doing really well. Shout out to his son. I would go Jarris Bird. Bring the Birdman back there playing center field, catching them interceptions across the middle. We had Jarris Bird. He don't catch that long bomb. Definitely give me Jarris Bird.
Okay. I like this one that Sandra mentioned, Marshawn Lynch. I mean, you go. If Marshawn Lynch is in your backfield, there's no question you're not handing that ball off, unless you're Pete Carroll.
Oh, pew, 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 pew.
That's fine. All right. Unless you Pete Carroll, you're not handing that ball off. But if you got a running back like Marshawn Lynch, you're handing that ball off. I think so. Marshawn Lynch, I'd choose Marshawn over Shady any day. So
okay. I would go bring Mario Williams in. Get some defensive pressure on that young quarterback. Bring Mario Williams. Why not? He played against Houston. Why not get your get back?
Yeah.
Why not? Bring Mario Williams in.
Who else could have beat these guys? I'm going to say...
Oh, I got a good one.
Don't you dare say Stephon Diggs.
Nah.
Don't you dare.
Ooh, I didn't think about that, but no, that's not what I was thinking.
He is a throwback player. He can't play against himself.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot we can't. Yeah, but no, that's not what I was going to think of.
This ain't Tecmo Bowl, cuz. I gotta say, I'm gonna throw. I'm gonna have to go Peerless Price. Peerless Price.
All right, ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Mormon. Yeah. Think about it. Let's think about it real quick.
Yeah.
He can't get that first down. Brian Mormon, he can run. He's a track guy. He could have ran out the end zone. Brian Mormon, even though our opponent was playing well, but Brian Mormon, bring him back. Let him do his job against the Texans. Yeah.
All right.
Nobody saw that coming.
All right, we are 10 minutes over time, man. We have such a great time here on Buffalo Against the World. Bills fans, keep your head up. It's going to get better. We're going, trust the coaching staff, as we always do. Trust Josh Allen that they're going to evaluate this and they're going to learn something and they're going to hopefully get better and come out and have a dominant showing against the Jets and put teams in their place that need to be put in their place. I think we have some ways to go, but this is the season process. It's not all is lost. So keep the faith alive and keep believing. As you always know,
I can't do my victory chant. It's really sad.
Yeah, I know. As you well know, me and Cuzzo Brad is here every week.
Hit after hit after hit.
Non-stop.
It's Buffalo Against the World show.
A lot of hits.
Had to drop that before we get up out of here, man. Yes, and we will be back next Monday. We will let you guys know if we're doing the post game or the pregame. One or the other, we will be doing. So we'll keep y'all posted. Look out for us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the Built-In Buffalo platform. Cuzzo Brad and Kulu. We out.
This is Buffalo Against the World Sports Talk with Kunu and
Cousin Brad.
Bills Mafia. It's our time.
Act like you know, baby.
Act like you know.